What is going on, everyone? My name is Chronic, and yes, today is a very special day for the AEIS. We have a pretty good interview going on with a lot of updates of what we had with Kenny Animate. And of course, that we did already gather so much evidence and released it to the world like for so many times. But then suddenly there's like more and more information that we had. So I did offer a special guest just to spill more beans on Kenny. Here he is.
What's good, chat? It's right. That's right. It's me. Hello. How is everybody doing in chat? First of all, I wanted to thank Chronic for having me on. We had a absolutely golden video yesterday. I'm on my computer looking at the statistics and optics every day. It means so much to me. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. But I'm not here to just give out my congratulations. I'm also here to reply to Felino's last two posts that he made about me. I know I said on my YouTube channel I wouldn't reply to most of this stuff. I wouldn't, but he threatened to use the law after me, so why not? I had to do it anyway. He threatened to send the fullest extent of the law after me, so I'm gonna contradict him. I'm gonna gladly do that. I'm gonna gladly do that from his last two posts. Let's go to the first one that I saw. He says, at Winter the Second is not as innocent as he likes to make himself look. He attempted to dox my house, but ended up doxing a house that nobody even lives in. Keep in mind, doxing people in Illinois is illegal, so I could get Winter in trouble with the law if I wanted to. Maybe I should also mention the fact he is not only fake being trans, like he mentioned in his commentary containing CP in Animal NSFW, but fake being bisexual, homeless, self-harm, and suicidal thoughts. Okay, let me go all in on this retard for literally lying about my early life. First of all, jackass, I was homeless before I even met you. You're just being a fucking idiot. You're only saying that because I went all in with my plans. Because I did admit in the video, I did some things wrong in the video. People forgave me for it. So that's an L on your behalf. And if you're wanting to continue like skewering this stuff, you know it's gonna backfire because quite frankly, absolutely nobody wants to do anything with you anymore. You're a loser. Nobody wants to do anything. You're a groomer and you like to molest little boys and little girls, which I'll get into that right now. He says also that he wants to get the law after me. Well, I'll explain this to you. I live in the state of Florida. And in the state of Florida, there's no laws and regulations about doxing here. Although it may be wrong in particular, I only wanted to do this because, for one, you are an endangerment. And second of all, as I mentioned, you like little kids. You people like you deserve the most utmost shame in society. What's up, Chronic?
Sorry, it's just a TV.
Oh,
Continue.
oh, it's fine. It's fine. I don't care. I'm gonna keep going off because I have to at this point. You threaten the law against me. I might as well. I might as well. And the thing is that he says like of how apparently I'm in the wrong for doxing him. Well, you are a pedophile, and that automatically gives me a right to do so, even though I may not have doxed anyone else. You literally roll with the pedophile, aka Fontenelle. You roll with him for a living. And when I try to move on, you want to continue this shit? All right, fair play. That's fair play. You threatened the law after me. You woke up the beast. The one thing you shouldn't have done was poke the bear. That's the one thing you shouldn't have done. That's the one thing you shouldn't have done was poke the bear out of his slumber. You shouldn't have done that. And now that you did, you just made yourself look like a retard. Because here's another thing. You say doxing people's illegal. You have blatantly doxed innocent people, including us, for accusations we quite frankly haven't stuck the landing, and some that are complete lies, which I'll also get into in this second post. You are a liar. You're a narcissist who lives in his own furry ideology world that suggests you can do no wrong. And the people in your side live in slave encampments. And I know that because I was one of them in that slave encampment. Say whatever you want about me. You can do that. Sure. But at least I have the nerve to reply to you about it. That document's gonna that you're gonna make, I'm pretty sure that's not even gonna stick the landing. Because those likes are only botted by the minimal friends you have left. And continuing here in his response that he made about me, containing CP and animal NSFW, well, the CP, I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, Kim Chan in the video that yes, I actually witnessed was not naked. Chronic, explain this explain this for the chat. Explain this to the noble.
Well, just so you know that this was some Paris video that this was some Paris video I exposed before, over a few months ago, which it was originally made like after I don't know 2 or 3 years ago. Wilson, I just exposed the screenshots of what is it of any type of bad shit that he did, and what he had made, what the Wilson had made. And first of all, there was actually a whole entire censored version, the entire censored version of a minor naked, right?
Yes, that's correct. There was a censored version
And
of
then
that
there's the
too.
second one, the second, the third, and the fourth picture did include it three
Mm,
actual minors being SA'd by the perpetrators.
that's
And what the
correct.
Kenny had said, and what the Kenny had said about the final one I just exposed, he literally just says that it's still uncensored CP because the generals were shown. How? How they were shown? Well,
Right.
how they're shown? Well, I didn't really see no nudity. I didn't really see no uncensored stuff going on here, right? All I
Yeah,
just see is just pure SA.
correct. And Kim Chan in the video, well, she wasn't fully naked from what Red Ball put in his video when I like got to record it and put in the video. She wasn't depicted that way. She was just depicted in like kind of like a swimsuit, if I was correct. Chronic, you can reiterate that question, right?
Well, actually, it was just her attire at the time.
Oh, I see what you mean. I see what
Yeah.
you mean. I definitely see what you mean. Well, that's another Felino claim that gets completely blown out of proportion. And now for his animal NSFW, he says the reason why he's saying that is because apparently about the roaches that Red Ball put in the video. No, that was funny. No, that was funny. But the thing is, though, Red Ball. Speaking of him, though, I want to just mention this. There's a reason why he won't be on here tonight. The reason why he won't be on here tonight is to mourn the death of Pope Francis, who has passed away at 4 a.m. this morning, according to the Vatican. So Red Ball will not be here due to him being in a state of mourning. And I wanted to get that out there if you were wondering why he wasn't here supposed to be, but he'll be taking some time off due to mourning purposes. Now, as for what he said about Red Ball putting the cockroaches in the video, it was depicted as the roaches giving each other head. Um, Roaches do not do that when they mate. They don't do that. I was in the trenches and I know exactly how that feels because I saw that as a person when I was in the hood. Chronic, respond to Felino about this. I already said enough that I could think of because I'm still kind of angry about
Well,
what he's saying about me, but you can go
I'm
ahead.
just gonna add in more and more examples here. When it comes to the roaches part and the dog part and the kaisenet part, though they may be, yeah, they may have looked as inappropriate, but not as much. They're not as much as inappropriate. All of that is just giggles and laughs. What people have put on the internet. It's something it's just a type of humor that is still considered to be innocent enough. But what did Kenny didn't realize that all this stuff that is posted is just nothing. It was just nothing. There's just like no there's no actual real intentional stuff going on here. It's just for the laughs and just for the laughs and the giggles.
That's right. That's right. And what he's saying about us is just complete lies. He wants to keep this up, and I'll continue saying that in his first post. He said, mention the fact that not only fake being trans, I mentioned that in my video. People apologized to me and forgave me for it. We already moved past that. And faked being bisexual. Well, the thing is, I had to. You kind of groomed me into being bisexual, so I can't say much about that. You were the one who groomed me into being a furry, a bisexual furry at that, a bisexual transgender furry. That's what you put me through, and I won't forget that. Homeless, already said that. Self harm, I literally self harmed during the drama. That's a fact. I'm not gonna show my arms or anything. I'm not gonna do all of that. I'm not going to do all that. Despite most of them being gone now at this point, I'm not going to do any of that. I'm not going to show that. But I actually did self harm during the drama. And because literally the goal that I wanted when we were staging the bullying GCs, I wanted them to bully me so hard until I self harmed. And it worked. They actually made me do it. So, really, I don't know who's lying here. You're lying to me or you're lying to yourself. Next part, he mentioned suicidal thoughts. Literally just said it about 10, 15 seconds ago. Now his next post, evidence of pretty much Matthew pretty much posting a Nazi gif to him. And well, Matthew, he's a Protestant. He doesn't support Hitler at all. He only posted that to, of course, lean into the bullshit that you are saying about us. We are not like this in real life. I reiterated that in my video. We are not like this in real life. We're not those kind of individuals. We are not like that at all. You, my friend, are just saying lies about us because we wanted to piss you off, accomplish that, and well, we ruined your whole career, basically, because it's tough talk coming from you. It's really tough talk coming from you. You make these two posts about me to try to give, oh, some damage control to the blow. Well, my friend, absolutely nobody cares about your mere existence anymore, besides your slaves. Nobody cares about your mere existence. I dropped a brand new video. It has currently, according to my YouTube studio, 2,000 320 views at the moment, and it hasn't even been 23 hours. You have nothing left. The people already gave their decision on who won. The people already have spoken, and they've determined me as the winner. And I already declared victory, and I tried to move on. But you having the nerve to threaten me with the law over something that really I can't get in trouble for because, well, doxing's legal in my state. It's not illegal either. There's no law that regulates that. So, really, what you're saying about me is just stuff that you want to say out there because you want to get everybody back because you want to play the victim. Well, that victim card is dead. We cut that up with scissors. Your whole victimization trap that you're doing no longer is an effect on anyone anymore. Everybody's seen the truth about you. You're a pathological liar. You have narcissism ingrained into your body. You're a horrible person. You groom minors. And it's a shame to see you go from in 2021 when I first met you. It's a shame you went from a somewhat decent guy, a decent person, and then look at you now. You had the insignificant nerve to become a groomer in those 4 years. And I don't know how else to say it to you, but as much as I wanted to move on, you forced my hand by threatening the law after me. Everybody else who is on my side particularly know that the document you're set to make about me is not going to stick the landing. We all know that. You haven't hit the mark on anything ever since your own friends learned the truth and left you for dead. Nobody cares about your mere existence. And I'm glad that everyone knows the truth about you. My thing kind of crashed a little bit, my bad. But let me get back to what I was saying. I'm glad to know that the truth about you has came out. You're narcissistic, you're a pedophile, and I'm very eternally grateful to God that this was your final end. No one cares about what you have to say anymore. The majority doesn't want to be with you anymore. No one is going to be there for you, as I mentioned before, besides your slaves. And I like to go back to the first post when he said, him trying to paint me as a doxer. Well, here, retard, let me throw you a bone. You are the same person who tried doxing us over bullshit lies, which I already exposed in the video, that seemingly 100 people consistently watching in the live chat agreed with me on, and also 30 people watching in this live stream. Shout out to those who popped up in chat. Um, Shout out to those in chat. I appreciate it. Thank you for the support on the video. Just wanted to also mention that too. You are the same retard who literally doxed innocent people. You doxed a random kid because you were trying to dox Red Ball. Let me explain. You were trying to dox Red Ball, and you doxed a random 15-year-old instead. You were actively doxing people all because they turned against you. And let's not forget, you explicitly said on Instagram that you said this on Instagram explicitly, that everybody who are against you are straight pedophiles. You said that yourself. And if that's not more damaging enough, I got all the screenshots, buddy. I got them all. You're lucky I went pacifist mode in my video. You're lucky. Because if I didn't go pacifist mode, the video would have been at least an hour long. It would have been at least an hour long of me completely grabbing a wrecking ball and tearing down your whole image. And as for the house, when I looked at it on my Apple Maps, there was a middle school graduation poster that had your name of Deccan on it. There's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide. You admitted multiple times your name is Deccan. You're only doing this to hide and cower. I want you to look at me personally in my eyes, and I want you to tell me this. I'm sorry for ever having the nerve to antagonize me, and I will stop doing what I'm doing because what I realize is baseless, idiotic, and very contradictory of me because my logic does not make sense in today's world. He doesn't know anything about anything, and we already exposed that in the video. I don't plan on making another one again. I only made that video because I wanted to have fun. I did have fun. It was a fun time. But no, Felino, he opened his mouth, threatening the law against me. When you do that, you're going to get the horns. And quite frankly, you damn sure got it. You got the horns. And I'm very glad you got the horns. Because the one thing you did was poke me at the wrong time. It's wrong and complicated business to poke a man at the wrong time. Because the people decided, as I mentioned. No one wants to be with you. You're insignificant. You're pathetic. And your whole side continues to harass others all because they're against you. I bet you're upset with your pink hairdo in your chair, sitting down like an angry chump, all because I had to expose the truth about you. That meow meow soup stuff not being zoo sadism, I bet you're upset about that because we just ruined what you're throwing at us. You can throw as many things as you want, but it's not going to go your way. Oh no, not around here. Because it took one person to step up and make a ginormous video. Also, it took somebody else in here too. I'm looking for her right now. Her name is Laher. Where's she at? I saw her in chat earlier. She made this artwork. She sent it to me. It's Felino being a puppet master. I really liked it. It was kind of cool. Um, it was nice. It was very nice. A very nice artwork. I appreciated her for that. It was a W artwork. Oh, there she is. I see her. With 34 people watching and started 18 minutes ago. I see her right there. She made an artwork out of Felino, and it was very nice. It was very well done. I'll give you a lot of artistic credit because you did very well making that artwork. You used it in the thumbnail of your own video, which I quite frankly watched. You did good, in my opinion. I mean, for 18 minutes, you did all right. I actually am grateful, though, that you and others have woken up to the truth about this man. This man right here, Felino, he's an active groomer. He wants to molest more kids as he goes, and his side can do absolutely nothing about it. Because the truth has gone out. Allegedly, from what I've heard, your whole side is panicking. And yes, it's not something I bank off of. It's something that I know. Because I know from the fact in your eyes you were fearful when I dropped that video. And when you said this to me in Steffi's group chat back in February, when I had to endure the spying, you said this to me in February. You said this to me in February. Take the video down. Well, listen, you can report my new one and my old one as much as you want, but they are not being removed anytime soon. There's no drawbacks. There's no drawbacks. None of that shit around here. You are done. And we had the absolute nerve to eradicate your entire internet career, and I'm damn sure proud of it. And I couldn't have done it without my allies and associates. You can make whatever assumptions you want, but you had to lie about my best friend who is right next to me right now. You made the lie saying that he was a pedophile, and look where it got you. You ended up being exposed as one. Keep ramping up your lies. It's not going to work any further. It's not. And I'm glad I got the mutual audience with me to give me that determination and decision to tell me who the clear winner was. And you're looking at him right here. Chronic, you may now speak.
And to be fair to you guys, if Felino just wanted to make all these assumptions about us, there is one assumption that I made earlier, that I made like before. There was one time that Felino did ship a minor with T-Bone when he was 18 years old, but he rather call out someone like Hypery would do the same thing. Do the exact same things to him. The things like Kenny did. So Kenny would also says that Hypery is a kidophile. A kidophile. And but but Kenny actually did the same thing. So would that make him a kidophile as well? Maybe both Hypery and Decken are both in the wrong. Yeah, I think both these guys are in the wrong. And by the way, just so you know that Felino was like 15, of course, but Hypery, he's 16. But still, would that make Kenny also a kidophile too? I wonder. Oh yeah, no analyze. She knows. Also, yeah, there was one time that Kenny did try to have a person named Lindsay and no analyze make amends meet, despite the fact that Lynn was Lynn was stalking her, of course.
I
And
saw that. I
yeah,
saw
and
that.
just to know that despite everything, Kenny would just say that Lynn is still innocent and all. He doesn't know better. He wants to make things right. But then suddenly he would also ramble analyze for what she had done before. And but but he doesn't even care about what Lynn done. But he rather ramble at analyze.
You mentioned that too. You know something else, Chronic? I'm gonna put my hand on the Bible and I'm gonna swear. I'm gonna swear to God. I'll put my hand on the Bible and get my oath. Because this next one I'm about to say about Lindsay and Felino, it's gonna shock you. I put my left hand on the Bible and I
Enlighten
say,
me.
I put my left hand on the Bible. I give my oath to God and I say, I, Adrian J. Hernandez, am not lying about this. What I just saw when I was a spy, I looked in SG's group chat and Felino basically defended Lindsay and shut him down in front of SG. And literally, Lindsay molested SG when he was 11. And Felino still supported him for it. Still did and shut him down, pretty much lying about his age to make sure, oh, he's under 18. He's fine. No, he is older than 17, much older than that. And you blatantly support your own friends being molested. You are a horrible and sick person, and there's no wonder, it's no wonder why you have a pedophile working with you. There's a reason why. Because you are one and you want to associate with them in your circle. Chronic, you may speak.
And just so you know that it doesn't really matter what the hell you done. If you're on Felino's side, you're okay. If you're not, then he is the enemy of you. Like for example, he did try to get to the he did try to he tried to have some person from the HXR to get Alex's information. Not the Alex from the AIS, the Alex who was with Sean Viana. You guys might be familiar with Sean Viana. But for those who know, he's gone. For those who don't know, he made CP. He tried to justify that pedophiles can quote unquote improve, but they can't. They should stay away from kids. And there's like a huge beef turned into a war. And yeah, I'm like the main perpetrator who exposed him and was trying to bring him down. And he did. He was taken down. He lost like few months after. And I could have done it without a lot of people who got my back. I could have done it without the mention who literally helped me out.
Mm-hmm.
Even ones who are not with us right now, still could have done it without them. Also, by the way,
Yeah.
Kenny did said that Fontenelle was still innocent because of what Fontenelle had done before.
Mm-hmm. He still thinks that way, and that is retarded of him to say. Because I literally witnessed him groom my ex-girlfriend in front of my face. I literally witnessed him do that. And plus, he
Uh-huh.
asked a 13-year-old for nudes. He also asked a 13-year-old for nudes, which was validated to be true. And Felino still supports him for that. And that's what pisses me off about him. And let's not
Yep.
forget, he grooms people to be furries for his furry friend fantasy. And he did that with me, Octavia, Steffi, Harsh, Vegas, and others. There could be other people. Somebody said Felino has a potential list of 100 victims. 100. You can take it however you want.
Over 100 dudes.
Allegedly over 100 victims. Allegedly over
You know what?
100.
You know what? I might get an investigate on that. And I don't care if it takes over 72 hours. I wanted to dig deep on that as well. And yeah,
Oh,
plus Felino and Font, yeah, they did side with each other like way before in 2023.
that's right.
And then suddenly, they just stopped. They
Right.
just stopped.
The only reason why he stopped is because people was on his ass for it. Not even his own side, like members on his own side that I won't mention, literally agree the fact that Felino with Fontenelle on his side is unjustified and unwarranted because what Felino is doing is endangering others. And with the fact that of this
Uh-huh.
comment I received, I have to go see who did it, by the way. It was a comment I think I received on my I think it was on my video about him having 100 victims, and I saw another comment that basically confirms that Felino is a doxer, and what he's painting me as is completely idiotic. It was from Aliyah H. Lee. Aliyah Lee, I think that's how you say it. She commented this on my video saying this. Felino tried to get me on his quote unquote to catch a predator Discord server or whatever. I got suspicious real quick. I still have the messages. I asked someone about the server. They told me not to join it because it had some sort of doxing problem if you're against him. Ooh, spooky. And I'm so glad I listened to that person and I ghosted him immediately after. I'm not surprised that he turned out this way. He thinks he's invincible because of his past praise and that he's on the internet. I'm glad he's got his own stuff thrown back at him. Comment from Aaliyah Lee 22 hours ago on my YouTube channel.
A doxing problem. And this is very, very hypocritical. If
110.
Felino wants to dox people for bullshit, he would go, he would scream Bloody Mary if he gets doxxed.
Mhm.
But just so you know that I was searching earlier while Winter was talking that it is also illegal to dox in Illinois. Kenny lives in Illinois.
That's right.
So it would be very it would be very funny if I could contact the police right now and tell everything what Deacon done, including the doxing, and he's gonna be the one in jail for it. He's gonna be the one being punished for it.
That's right. He's going to be the one facing all this legality issues. He put that upon himself. Let's not forget that he put that upon himself.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't my fault. It wasn't Winter's fault. It wasn't nobody's fault. It wasn't nobody's fault. And by the way, what makes him think that he would also would threaten people like Fuzzy and Starless because they just want to be neutral?
That's right. Even when they were starting to understand the truth, when they betrayed him, Felino decided to threaten them for it. That's what he does best. He's insecure. He's living in his own world of insecurity. That's what he lives in the
He's
most.
definitely living in a full world of insecurity. He is very, very deluded.
That's right. Extremely. Extremely. Let's not forget that he literally offended a lot of people by saying he's a proud Islamophobe. Let's not forget that too. He said a lot of Islamophobia and how he hates it, and he says Muslimophobes suck though. It takes the at least the average person with an average IQ to understand what he's saying is so idiotic. It takes the average person to understand that literally Muslims are followers of Islam. They're followers of that. It takes an easy person to understand that, quite frankly, what Felino's saying is so retarded on his behalf. You see that, and well, you say this, say whatever you want, but hey, Felino, he just ruined himself. Really, I'm looking in the comments. I'm looking in the comments for that 100 victim that reply that I received. By the way, I should have screenshot it. Would have been better, but I'm trying to find it right now. I'm actively trying to find it. I'm still actively trying to find it at this time. I'm actively looking for it. But yeah, Chronic, you can talk as soon as I find it. I'll let you talk until like I find it.
And by the way, this is very. Do you know what I should have done before? I
What should be
should
done?
have. I should have literally just cut his ass to like 2 years ago. Back in 2023, remember the time that this guy literally just justified CP and Go Anime, saying that
Mhm.
it's not serious when it's just drag and drop animation?
Right. He's the
Yeah,
same guy who flip flops on everything when things don't go his way. He flip flops on everything just to make his people that he's fighting look bad than he already is. And yes, Xenex, I saw your message in chat. He uses Chat GPT as a source. Unironically, when I used it against him, it backfired on him. It literally backfired on him. And also, if you're wondering about the 100 victims thing, I'm still looking for the comment that I received by. I saw it. I did. I should have screenshotted it. That's my fault for not doing it. But when I find it, I will mention it to you guys. I will as soon as I find it. I will. I promise. Just gotta keep looking for it. I gotta keep looking for it.
and
Just.
by the way,
Mhm.
there was one time that a person goes by the name of Octavia was completely disagreeable on me. He was disagreeing with me, and we both didn't been arguing, but then I was dragged to the GC again, and they were like immediately crashing out because they're saying that I made Ozzy Octavia suicidal. How did I did that? All I did is just disagreed on him when it comes to Kenny, and was convincing I was convincing Octavia that Kenny was definitely not the absolute saint. He doesn't have the halos which you think. I am trying to tell everyone how wrong he is. But instead, no one not even on Kenny's side, really just don't believe me. Kenny really just think that Kenny literally just think that Lolly and Shada fictional CP is valid. He literally just think that it's valid because when it comes to Sean case, when it comes to Paper Luigi's case, and when it comes to any other people who did some messed up shit around the community. And Kenny literally just think that all of this is okay, but it really wasn't. It really wasn't. And the more I try to convince, the more pissed off Kenny gets and what the other people get. And it's definitely sickening to see that I was being accused as a stalker by Kenny Anime because it was only resharing his post. Only keep quoting stop stalking me. Like, nigga, how the fuck I'm stalking you? All I did is trying to prove you wrong, but you just don't want to hear shit. You don't want to hear no criticism. You don't want to hear no disagreements. You don't want to hear no facts. You rather just listen to yourself. You rather just be in your own head. You rather just not just only be some type of saint that you think you are. You're also trying to be a dictator in the Go anime community.
Oh, Chronic, guess what?
What?
I just received more information about Duchess.
Go ahead.
Get ready for the nuke. I
Come
personally
on.
received a document from somebody. His name is Euro. Just received information from him, a document. Um, in 2019, he allegedly decided to sexually harass somebody on Roblox with sock puppet accounts and saying quote
Really?
unquote, yeah, saying quote unquote nice butt to him on a Lenny Loud sock puppet account.
You gotta be joking.
Okay, let me see. I don't know if I can flip the camera, but hey, this is me. I look beautiful. I look a lot better than Decken. Every single one of you know that. I can't flip the camera, which sucks, but I'll send it to you though. Don't worry, I'll run it to you. Just give me a minute. I'll run it to you. Don't worry, I'll run it to you. Hold on. I'll run it to you. Um, I meant to send the freaking document. Let me see if I can like forward it to you. Uh,
And yeah, definitely that. Like what Winter said, Kenny did try to tell someone to take the video down about him. Yeah.
Shout out to those who said I look good. I do got that rock star here now. I got that rock star lifestyle. That's right. I got that rock star lifestyle now, y'all. Got that rock star lifestyle, bro. But anyway, back to Duchess. I sent Chronic the document. Let's continue with this. He also claimed to not care about this person named Marlon blocking him when he literally made a video about it and tried to get people to attack him. Then now here, allegedly in the second part, this is what they call the true nightmare of a man child. This is when the whole Mikey Boy 2007 drama happened. And let me see this. Duchess decided to out of nowhere humiliate this person named Marlon and slander him, putting like past shaming, slander, misinformation, that stuff really that isn't serious according to the document, and made him lose all of his friends and drove him to leave a few weeks later because he was scared of being slandered or even worse, witch hunted.
I'm gonna
And
share the screen, guys.
yeah, share that document right now, boy. Share that document. Share that document right now. Yes,
All right.
sir. Let's go. Let's review.
Hold
I
on.
just set this.
Someone said, remember when Felino helped you when you attacked? Now you're saying you're a pedophile, but how could he? Yeah, he literally just said that. He was helping me a lot. And and to be honest, chat, I am really grateful for what he is doing to me and what I'm doing to him. but now he just flushed it all down. He just flushed it all down the toilet. He literally just flushed it all and pretend like what happened before is just complete bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, back to the doc.
I received this actually from Marlon himself. I actually received this from Marlon himself. I got more information. That is Marlon himself who sent me the document. So let's tune in and enjoy the greatness of exposing a key Felino ally.
All right. Okay. Duchess. It's barely talked about. But even some of this may sound from the past. What he did was extremely fucked up, and he's been manipulating people to thinking what he did was right and justified, and has been running away from the consequences and responsibility. First off, when he was Kyle, ran about fun pants, etc., he never admitted publicity. He was literally spying on multiple people, especially on one person who he didn't groom since the age gap is too small, but did say one weird thing to him at some point. If the person is Marlon. Before Duchess fucked up his life and and blood and harassed him on sock puppets. I don't know what that word is. This font is. This is not to harass anyone. Please don't jump into conclusions. And don't go after Aaron. Marlon and him make peace and agree neither of them were right in the fight. Keep in mind that this document is about Duchess anime. This contains suicide, self-harm, and one mention of sexual harassment. All right, here we go. Back in
Let's
the day,
go.
even Aaron, who he's apologized now and cool, Duchess got involved for no reason at all and act biased when Marlon and Aaron were wrong, in which they agreed, but for some reason he only targeted and attacked Marlon and defend Aaron, even though both of them were in the wrong and don't know better. Duchess basically did this because he agreed with Freddy, the killer Roblox, and more about his toxic behavior. Then he stalked Marlon in the sock puppet accounts, even sexually harassed him by saying nice butt to him in a Lenny Loud sock puppet. He also claimed not to care about Marlon blocking him. He literally made a video about it and then tried to get people to attack him. He also attacked.
Connor, real quick.
Yeah.
Felino's allies have pulled up. The LBE, the scary LBE resistant movement wants you to get rope maxed.
Who cares?
Remove the guy instantly. This is funny as hell, bro. Neutralize him. Neutralize him. I'm pretty sure it's a rumor that Megan's allegedly behind the account. Good. There's a rumor that Megan's allegedly behind that account, by the way. There's a rumor behind it. There's a rumor. But I'm not gonna go in too deep. Let's just keep going. Because what Felino did was very flint and steel, and that's what my PR manager told me to say. What Felino did was very flint and steel because he has no chicken jockey. But let's continue the video. I mean the document. Fuck, bro. I meant the document.
All right. The document. 2020. The start of the true nightmare for a little child. So after the day Marlon left his old channel where the Mikey Dream was taking place, and then he stopped fighting to finally rest and not get involved in drama anymore, Duchess decided to, out of nowhere, humiliate Marlon and slander him on the horrible Viona's wiki by playing past shaming slander, misinformation, and shit that isn't even that serious. It almost made him lose all of his friends, and then he drove him to leave a few weeks later because he was just scared of being slandered more, even worse, witch hunted. After that, he was suicidal at 11 years old. 11 because of this shit. The month before days of his 12th birthday, by the way, he had insomnia. He even cried at night. And he didn't even do anything about it because people would be just defending Duchess and glazing him nonstop. Duchess also never cared about the whole damage he did to Marlon and claimed that he fixed him and made him a better person when he did was just slander him. And this is what happened. This is his page right here. This is his own page.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh man, I'm so glad I just got this document, boy. I'm so glad I received this document. I'm so
And there's
glad.
more. Holy, I cannot go to all of this. Okay.
Yeah, we can't go through all of it because it'll be a yap session. But hey, let's get the juicy parts out of it first. How about we just do that?
How
That's
many
that's what we need
pages?
to do.
25 pages there.
That's crazy. I'm not even gonna hold you. That is crazy. Let me see what else I can find in here that's juicy. Oh, Felino actually confirmed that the person, like the that is Duchess himself in a YouTube comment. And also here he was an alleged owner of this wiki called Qualitapedia, but he also caused some infamous opinion wars, made false accusations of some users being a pedophile, and that is actually something. Apparently, because this guy created an NSFW blog out of, you know what? Maybe Duchess was right on this one. I'm not even gonna lie. Maybe he was right on this one. I'm still looking here for something. Worsening. Anyone that hated Kenny, Duchess would harass them out in GCs to attack them. That is correct. I mentioned that in my video how he blamed his own mother because Goo betrayed him at one point. Forgot to mention that.
How would someone blame their own mother over shit they done on the internet? Who did that shit?
Mhm.
Who does that?
I literally don't know. The weirdest of psychos do it. Like that's the thing. Only psychopaths can really do that. And I mentioned how Duchess is quite frankly a psychopath. I did mention that. And I still stand on that opinion.
He definitely is.
Oh my god, I see red ball. I see there's this
Oh
thing.
look! This is a juicy part right here. And this is from Duchess. This is from Duchess too.
Yeah, allegedly from his UTTP account in the past. There it is right here. I wait. I think I remember this guy in like the picture here. Scroll up a little bit. Yeah, this guy. I think I remember him.
I don't
Uh
know
what
myself.
what was his name? What was his name in the past? I'm trying to remember.
I don't know
We,
exactly who this guy is.
his name is Aaron, I think. We share the same birthday. That was just unnecessary. I just wanted to point it out. There goes Thunderbug. All right. I'm still looking through this, and here's Duchess actually later in the document. You'll see Duchess actually disrespecting Red Ball's late father who passed away, and then and Duchess literally said, "Cause your dad left for the milk when you were a kid." That is completely insensitive because you know his father died, and what Duchess said about that is insensitive. Disgusted by that comment, and
Yeah,
Duchess is
I mean
like this.
that's very crazy, man.
And he's like
That
this.
this is dead like that.
He's like this. I didn't even know he was dead, but then I'm pretty sure he only did that just to do damage control. And also, here's another thing that he did when he was behind that Kyle the SpongeBob guy account. I looked deeper in the document. Get ready for this. Get ready for this.
What's the page?
He I think it's you got to get down to page number 18. 18. No, actually 17 because 17, 17, 17 because this is actually really bad.
All right. This is what Duchess had said. I didn't even know he was dead. It's not my fault. I don't know what's happening to people behind the screen. But what made you have the audacity of doing shit like this?
Yeah, it was completely
Just
wrong
to
and out of
go
order.
this far.
It was completely wrong, completely out of order. And go to the next page and it's going to get worse. Get ready. It's about to get worse.
When he was behind a Kyle account, he literally shipped Lincoln Loud and Amy from HHPAY and make them have kids.
Yup.
Amy was 16. Lincoln was 11 when Duchess did that. And look
And
at
here,
this.
yeah, there's an alleged accusation here. I'm looking at it as well that Duchess nuked
Al-
someone else's server.
Although Kenny and Kenny slash whatever the hell you want to call him, there's no better. This proves how much of a coward you are because you only want to take the winning side and claim to be manipulated. And even after this, you still defended Felino because you just want to escape from the consequences. Also, there's other people Duchess has sold out, but their names are not going to be mentioned in the situations and of how won't be explained due to the fact that they want to stay away from him. So we'll respect that. Also, Duchess, care to explain not only why you support not one but two pedophiles, while you blame your own mother for Goop betraying you, and why
Yup.
you are threatening SG, who is a literal child?
Did that too.
This is
And Duchess, he's 17 right now, right? Duchess is like 17 at the moment, I think. Am I right on that? Because I've
yeah, I
been
think
actively.
so.
Okay, okay. I just wanted to wonder. Thank you. I just wanted to wonder. I just wanted to ask that question. I'm still looking out here, and he sold out multiple people, and he literally said, "I'm sorry for siding with Kenny on the Riley thing. You are one of Felino's biggest, like biggest soldiers, and you fold like that in 2023." Fontanelle got Duchess to unfriend me, but I don't care. They support Decken. Yeah, there's the pictures of me doing the Discord roleplay. Then we got him threatening. And then here, there's my
SG,
picture right there. Yeah, they're threatening SG. And then they got the picture of SpongeBob and Maggie do like actually mating. That's how I describe it. And we have to censor it heavily with the bar soap. That's the thing. We have to censor it heavily.
yeah, definitely.
But no, he brought this on himself. Duchess is a hardcore gooner, as Xenox has said. I saw that message. Why is Duchess such a hardcore gooner? Nah, bro, that is facts. He's a hardcore gooner.
And this is a screenshot of Goop explaining that Duchess blamed his own mother for wants Goop to blame his own mother just because of him betraying Felino. Look at this.
Yeah, I've seen that. I added that in the video before. Before like most of this, I actually asked him that question for the video. He said yes, and I was in the VC. I'll
I
explain
know
the whole
these
thing.
are two adults, but
Yeah, right
still
here.
Dutch make this when he was a minor. Yep,
Right
this is
there.
censored, so yeah, it's okay.
Yeah,
In
it's so
2022, wait, when you were 15, 16,
Yeah, he was sick for that. And he says he's a Christian, but he makes NSFW artwork of Meggie and SpongeBob just so he can jack it for his fantasies.
he's not a Christian.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I gotta go get something to heal myself with. I'll be right back.
All right, let's do another recap of this doc. All right. This is what also Duchess had done in the era of 2021. Even though he's a new owner, he attempted just to make things right, but apparently what he doing is the opposite.
I
He
had to
went to
bring Chronic. I had to bring my crucifix. I had to do it. I really had to. I really had to bring my crucifix for this. Because this is disgusting. God blesses you always. Remember this. And what Duchess did made me have to grab the crucifix for this. Always remember in heart that God blesses you and that through him, you will be okay in life. Thank you. Just wanted to do that right quick. Also, look at my name. I only did that for fun, by the way. Let me put my cross. Let me put my crucifix over here for a minute. I have to put it up. Put the crucifix right next to me.
all right. There's another more accusations that he actually made that are false. We do wants to accuse a Crappy Games Wiki founder for being a pedo for making the NSFW blog, and that led into retirement. And I don't really think that's true. That's a slander. And he also banned some person just because he defended system bonding. I don't know what he's saying. All right, let's just head out to part two.
All
I mean,
right.
head out to part four. All right. Remember the mentioned GC Marlin was added in a GC with Duchess? Yeah, he saw how he still hated Mikey Luger, who also redeemed 2 years ago in 2022 for a drama that wasn't even that serious, for no good reason. And he wasn't even involved in this drama, which it proves Duchess wanted to attack more people for his satisfaction. After Monty was added to GC, Duchess admitted to him that he made those sock puppets accounts to criticize and fix Marlon, and Marlon was insanely angry, in which he had no choice but to fake his apology from him, honestly, to him, and then he also removed him because apparently he didn't want him there. Duchess, you are really fucking wrong for that. And he is. He definitely is. He wasn't trying to fix Marlon, he was trying to berate him. And he even harassed more people that year as well for the same shit. And he never publicly admitted that he made those sock puppets accounts since he was afraid of getting hate. He also talked shit about Marlon in DMs to a friend of his who showed him proof claiming that he fixed him when all he did is just harass the absolute hell out of him. And look, do
Then
you
this right
actually
here,
do you actually think that Duchess is fixing Marlon?
not
Well,
really at all. Not really at
all
all.
all I see here is just insults and gaslighting. Now there's part five. Anyone that hated Kenny Duchess would harass him and Adam GCs to attack them, and not to mention he was defending the deplorable shit Felino Wizard has been doing in 2023, such as defending Go Anime CP and respecting a murderer, doxing, etc. And yeah, like I said before, this right here, this is what I also said. This is what I also have recovered before. And yeah, he was absolutely wrong for it. He was so wrong, and he was so hypocritical of it. And yeah, he also respected, even though it's Easter Monday and Pope Francis died.
Hmm.
I'm sorry to hear this. I'm sorry to say this, but there's some low life transgender who think it's gonna be a great idea just to shoot down a church with six innocent people, three adults and three children.
Where did you hear this information from?
Innocent children.
Where did you hear this information from?
Remember that? Remember that shooting? Remember that a time that
Uh,
Kenny was calling out. Kenny was calling out people
mm,
for disrespecting a school shooter, a transgender who goes by the name of Archie Hale. Remember
yeah,
that?
I remember that. Yeah. That part. That part.
Uh huh.
That
That's the
part.
part I was talking about.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, that is something else that he also should be, in my opinion, called out for. That also is something he should be called out for, in my opinion.
All right, moving on. Duchess also still refused to let go of his hate for other people, such as Mikey, and he even disrespects someone's late father, and he didn't apologize or felt remorse of it, but all because he doesn't know what's happening behind the screen. When that is no excuse. He never even apologized to Martin for all the damage he did to him, and he even tried stalking him in 2023. He also manipulated some of Martin's friends who eventually came to their senses about everything. And after all the shit he did, Marlon was not feeling sane at all. And he also had to take multiple breaks from medias, and he was even close to killing himself. He even ended up actually harming himself.
I'm still
he has
looking at
been
the.
he has been mentally damaged for a long time, and Dutch has never took the damn responsibility of any shit he did to him and just stood quiet about what he did. And look, this is the screenshots right here. These are screenshots right here. Even straight up called Matthew an absolute pedophile. God damn it. And now let's go down to the conclusion. Finally, the conclusion. Duchess, if you saw all of this, going not even butter, you brought this on yourself. And we have proof. We have proof that the past excuse can't be much of a good use for you either. You really had someone mentally for a long time, and made himself harm in a lot and live in torment, anxiety, tiredness, depression, etc. He even made himself harm, and he isn't even the same he is before, and what he puts is on the damn fake smile because of you. If you're sorry, you won't be forgiven. You won't be forgiven. But what you can do is permanently leave Marlon alone and will never do any shit to him and keep him out of your mouth forever. That's what he wants, for you to take responsibility and never do anything to him again. Don't even look for him, speak for him, etc. All we want is for you to face the consequences of your actions so you do not make it hard. Because Marlon yourself fucking hates you and will never forgive you for all the pain you put him through when he was too young. Yeah.
It's really ugly. I'll tell you what. It's really ugly.
Yeah, it really is. And I really do feel bad for that Marlon person. I really do. I mean, I never know much about this entire situation, more dirt on Duchess until this document, and it was completely sickening of what have Duchess did. It is so diabolical. It was so diabolical. It would have the audacity just to mess over someone who was like a couple years younger than him. Like, just imagine if that person committed suicide, whose fault's gonna be? Yours, Duchess.
I'm glad we got to expose him because I was literally tired of the things that he was doing during the drama. I'm glad we got it done, man. Very glad we got it done. We got him knocked down. Hey, my senior advisor is in chat. Clap for Alex. He's in chat. What up? I
Yep,
didn't even
this is
know
it,
that he was
Alex,
here.
right here.
I didn't know he was here. What's up, my senior advisor, Alex? I see you right there. I showed my crucifix on stream after what Duchess had done. I showed it because I really need to be blessed right now after seeing that horrifying shit.
It's
It was
Easter Monday anyway.
that was horrible, horrible.
Today is Easter Monday anyway,
Yeah,
and it's not really much of a good Easter Monday because the Pope has the Pope has passed away.
right. God let him see one more Easter.
Yeah, at least he lived to see another Easter, though. I mean,
That's right.
Pope was. When it comes to the Pope, he was in he was in a bad condition before.
Right. He went through everything. He went through absolutely everything. He was a good guy, and I'm very glad to know
But
that he's in a much better place.
when he recovered, I thought that he would live to see like another year.
That's what I thought
Another year.
too. That's what I thought
But
too.
then
It's so sudden.
suddenly, weeks later, he died peacefully.
I'm
He
glad that
literally
he's in a
just
much better place.
died, and I don't really understand myself because the Pope. the Pope should have been just clear. He should have been more healthy. He should have been healthy. He should have. I thought he already recovered, but he didn't recover.
I know
He
it's why
Yeah, that was
it's hard.
confusing to me.
It was hard for us. That's why Red Ball isn't on stream tonight. He will be in mourning though due to the death of Pope Francis. He will be in mourning at this time. That's why he wasn't on the podcast. He was supposed to be here today, but I wanted to transmit this message from him. He had explicitly told me that he actually will respond soon to what Felino is saying about me. He'll respond soon. As we had a celebratory VC after the video dropped, he told me explicitly that any attacks Felino makes about me, he will be responded with heavily. And for Red Ball, I'm wishing you the well. I'm gonna be here with you. I'm gonna be consoling with you after the Pope's death. I will be consoling with you, bro. I promise you. The Pope, this victory was for him. Today I kneeled in front of my crucifix and I prayed. I kneeled in front of my crucifix this morning. I prayed right in front of it and I gave my blessings and I will be giving my blessings to the Pope's family at this time. And we love Pope Francis. He was a more cultured person. He was very welcoming to everybody because he always wanted the people to follow in his teachings. And I'm very much happier and he's very much happier in a better place. Hold on. Xenox, say the line. Sheesh, what do you want me to say? Sheesh, what do you want me to say? I don't know what you want me to say. I see the message. I'm like, what do you want me to say? I'm gonna ask him real quick. What do you want me to say? I don't know what you want me to say. Oh wait, I think I know exactly. I'm trying to think. Damn, my brain just had a reset, bro. Chronic, you can keep going for me. My brain just had a freaking reset, bro. I don't know what to do. My brain just had a reset.
I don't know exactly what he's talking about.
Hold on. I'm trying to ask him that question. I'm trying to ask. Oh wait, I think I know what he's talking about. Zenix wanted me to see a great line from the great prophet known as JPEG Mafia, the great musical prophet known as JPEG Mafia. He had this message. You know, JPEG Mafia, the rapper. He had this message for Felino. He had this message for Felino. JPEG Mafia said, "I just killed a Bavarian and now I'm horny." Words from JPEG Mafia. Fact that I said that on stream. The fact that I said that on stream. Oh, I'm about to get so much accusations, but I'm not gonna care. It was from JPEG Mafia, bro. The words from JPEG Mafia, because he's on our side. Chronic, what do we think, bro? We got JPEG Mafia on our side, bro.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah, we got JPEG Mafia on our side. What's funny is that Felino wants people with millions and millions of followers to support us. We got JPEG Mafia. You're cooked, bro. We got Peggy, and you have nothing. Mhm. Look at your text
And do
messages.
you
Oh,
know what's funny? That Megan also did try to alert like famous people, including those who are famous for their own commentary, just to take a shot at all of us. But here's the thing.
mhm.
Felino did the same by having the police check us out, but they literally just laughed at him. He
Yes,
thinks that he is completely retarded. And
and
despite everything, there he goes. There Felino goes, still trying to say bullshit. Like he is literally suffering right now. Like
Mhm.
he's literally suffering.
Mhm. All right, bye, Xenox. But that was cool though. We got Peggy on our side now. We got JPEG Mafia. They can say whatever they want, but we got Peggy on our side. We got Peggy. JPEG Mafia is with us. And he wants people with millions of followers to support him. Nah, not gonna happen. Not gonna happen, buddy. Just sit down and live in your world of obscurity because we finished. We finished Felino. We exposed Duchess harder than ever. Let's not forget that we exposed Duchess harder than ever. We exposed Duchess harder than ever. It was wonderful. Great. It was great fun though we had today. You know what, Chronic? We did good. We did our service. We completely exposed Felino, either in both ways or separate. We both did well together, man. And we might have had
We
our
really
differences over
did.
the years. But hey, I'm still glad that we're here together to do this interview. And also, I wanted to ask some questions to the fans, bruh. If y'all got any questions, ask me. I want to do some. I want to have a little bit more fun. If you want to ask me about questions about Felino, you can go right ahead, and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. I want to run a couple questions real quick before I hop off. I want to run a couple questions right quick. Is that cool? If I run a couple
All right,
questions,
all right.
yeah, we're gonna run a
If you
couple
guys don't
questions.
have no questions, then I'm ending the stream completely.
Yeah, we're
So
gonna
you
run
can
a couple
see,
questions.
this podcast only here because for only just for the interview. All right,
All right.
nothing else. All right. If you want to stay tuned for more, then tune in for next Saturday. All right,
Yes,
tune in for
sir.
next Saturday.
I will be in chat. I promise you right now, I will be in chat. But let me see. From Nino Milko, I have one question. What is your question? Also from Jaleo. You remember when Decken tried to cancel me for betraying him? Yes, that's what he does. That's what he does best. And Red Bull and I's theory of Felino begging people for allies is correct. He's desperate for them, and we had to destroy that because, quite frankly, he has nothing left. And it was sweet when he literally admitted it to me. um he was sweet when he admitted to me that it's over for him. He admitted to me that it's over, and at one point during the drama he was actually saying how we humbled him at one point during the drama. That's the funnier part. How unbased do you have to be to not listen to Nino Milko, Kenny, or that other guy y'all talking about? Hey, I still listen to your SoundCloud. I don't know if I'm ever gonna be a rapper though. I don't know if I'm ever gonna be a SoundCloud rapper. I mean, I'm from Florida. I'm supposed to have the genetic to be a rapper, but I just don't have it. I don't have that genetic. See, from just some random yonder, he harshly accused somebody of grooming and was aggressive despite knowing it was debunked prior. He didn't care. It's all just projection. Exactly. He did that with us. He did that with us. He's gonna do that with everybody because he said this on Instagram. Everybody who's against me are pedophiles. He said that on Instagram. The kind of person Felino is a extreme guilt tripper, and he wants to do everything in his power to play victim. But when we don't fall for it, he claims to be suicidal. That is Felino for you. That's the cycle. That's the repeated cycle of Decken Weinert. That's the repeated cycle. And yes, I'm saying that because that is his name. No matter how many times he has to hide it, his real name is Decken Weinert. All I say who it is, it's someone that starts with the I, and he's me. I'm sure you can figure this one out. All right, I'll see you that. Just work on your sound. The genetics doesn't exist. If you want to do it, work on lyrics and find your sound. Dude, I'm getting ignored in the chat. WTF. Jagger, you should have asked the question, bro. You should have asked the question, bro. You should have asked the question. And not an I and L. All right. Well, Jagger, you should have asked the question, bro. You should have asked the question. I would have answered. I really haven't been looking in chat that much, so that's my bad. Um, were you guys aware that Winos was Enos was a victim of Kenny? Yes, he was the first like major chronic. Correct me when I say this. Wasn't like Enos like the first like Enos Winos? How you? I don't know how to say it. Is he
Yeah,
Enos or?
he is
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
definitely.
Thank you. Is it Winos? I wanted to like correct that
It's
real quick.
Yanas.
Oh, Enos. Okay. Enos. He was the first major victim, and I'm glad I got confirmation for that. Hey, if I took own for if I for Lily and Felino Kenny version, can I make a video of Lily Anderson moving out? That only depends on you, if I'm being real. That only depends on you, Laher, but I'm still grateful for the art that you made. It was great. From Clifford, I'm sorry Felino is trying to slander you and harass you. Hey, it's fine. Not that it matters, to be honest. I've been facing a lot of accusations ever since I came to the internet. It's fine. I know how it feels to be defamed. I know how it feels and to win at everything every single time. I know how it feels. I really do know how it feels. I know how it feels. Trust me, I know how it feels. From Jagger, dude, I did between banjos and Ninos, lol. Wait, I didn't see your question. Your question didn't appear to me. That's my fault. My question didn't appear, so that's my fault. Type it again. Type your question again. Type your question again. How much of a big following we can cancel Kenny on Twitter? I mean, I think it would take like people with 100,000 followers. The epic dude types in anus. Damn. That's something I really can't give that much comment on. Just some random Beyond reiterates says Felino went to that same person during this controversy I'm referring to say Chronic disputed cheese pizza, if you know what I mean. I do, but it's not true. Chronic's innocent. My man just right here next to me. He's innocent. From Amethyst Moonlight Girl Gal 2000, aka Irene. I feel sorry and worried that you and countless others had to endure that. It's fine. I got over it quick. I'm doing just fine. From Jesus, from I can't say the name. 2020 channel says Beyond fandom is really turned into. I can't say that, but hey, if it's turned into 1984, then I can most certainly agree with that. If it's turned to 1984, from Kelly, I know it's off topic, but DMs. I saw you made this beautiful artwork about me. Thank you for the art. I appreciate it. From Clifford, I can't wait for Austin to be exposed. Don't know that guy that much. Got to work together to get this around, even in a Twitter space. From Nino, I'll try my best, even though I want to move on. He forced my hand. You can't force the hand. Just a random the honor. I know it's not. I gave Chronic the screenshot. That's nice though that you did. Thank you for being on our side and supporting us. We appreciate it. From Nino again, Winter, if you down, do the first tweet. I'll think about it. And then from this person says, "Oh yeah, his group fan name for Austin." What? Ah, hell no, that is weird. Also, Chronic, Red Ball wanted me to tell you something. I also wanted to tell you something.
What is it?
Jaeger made a video about Felino too. I'm gonna make this my profile.
I
I'm gonna make
know.
a I'm
I
gonna make
know.
a
I'm gonna
brand new
watch it.
profile. I'm about to change my profile picture on Discord real quick. I'm about to change my profile picture. This is made from a good friend of mine. Her name is Kelly. Shout out to her. It's me in a suit, absolutely mogging Felino. Oh my god. I'm just saying artwork made artwork
Wait, hold
made
on.
by
Hold on now.
yeah.
I guys,
What's up?
I got updates. I got more updates on Kenny.
Ooh, what is it?
Yeah, I got more updates on Kenny, and you know what? You guys have to forgive me because I'm going to share my screen again.
Oh boy.
It's gonna be on
Oh boy.
Discord.
I can't wait. I really can't wait.
This
Hold
is
on.
from Liam, Officer Midnight Chopper. Yeah,
Oh
I know, but this is all for updates about Kenny.
yeah.
All right,
We're only here to pawn him. We do not support Officer Midnight Chopper by any means necessary. He's a weird guy. We
all
don't.
right, let's go. Is this about Ethan? Because is this about anything related to Chronic? I know nothing about it. I don't want to get involved. This is what Kenny says. Listen, I don't want you to listen. I don't want you to listen to anything what he says about me. He distributed Club Penguin, and him and his friends are mad. I called him out for it. This is what Liam says. I don't care about it. I was just on the talk about Ethan Davis. That's it. If you don't want if you didn't listen to anything you said about me, Ethan actually harassed me on one of my posts recently. This is what Liam says. No, I left the stream the minute the other guy got at it. Yeah, what is going on is that he is also convincing Liam just to not say just to don't listen, don't even listen to anything I said about him because still Kenny is trying to say all this slanderous bullshit about me again, like always. And and of course, sure they actually mentioned Ethan Davis, of course, that Ethan Davis guy, creepy ass monster. He's been creeping around with minors for like ever since. And yeah, of course, Kenny just trying to make sure that no one didn't listen to me. Kenny just don't want the truth to be spread out. That's what's going on. And yeah, even when it comes to the specific even when it comes to the specific people, those are even our old friends. Kenny would still even try to get everyone to not listen to me, which it did not happen. Like my video just have like over hold on, my video just have like over 2,000 views if I'm not mistaken. Yeah,
Also, Chronic.
it has over like 2,000 views, 2.7K views, almost to 3,000,
Let me see if
almost
I
to
can.
3,000, and of course many of the people in the comments do agree that Kenny is not what they think they are in the first place. He do not have a halo. He is not a saint. He is a deluded piece of crap who would shit on Christianity, who would shit on those who have different opinions, and even shit on those more who don't agree with him. He is like one of those people from Twitter. Matter of fact, Blue Sky. Yeah. Those guys from Blue Sky are the worst.
Right. I'll read the rest of the I'll read the rest of the that I missed. Nino says squabble up. Let me get my popcorn right quick. Raider Bar says to me, Liam is just as horrible as Felino. I mean, that's your opinion. I can't judge you on that. That big dude says cheese pizza, Club Penguin, chicken pics. Eek. Um, Galaxy Nokia Gaming and More says True Raider agreeing. Jose Eduardo says Galaxy Nokia. Have you hated Felino since after what he did to Winos? Bird Street Nino Miko says we lock in. We locked in. This person says Brainiac, Adam, Felino, Iquan, Intimidations, and Austin. I'm not gonna say that. That's crazy. Are like meanies from Numberjack, except the meanies from Numberjacks are likable. I never really heard of that show. If it's a show, I haven't heard of it. Oh, and Felino is also as bad as Ethan Davis, 2 by Radar Bar. Galaxy Nokia said Jacob as well, and Foolish. Just Banjo said, okay, Jaleo says, Kenny thinks he's trans because of My Little Pony. Nah, that's what he thinks he's a furry. No, he's actually acting as a furry
He
now.
thinks he's a complete free,
Yeah.
but he is one deluded piece of trash. He's just
Yeah.
one of those cringy SJWs,
Uh-huh.
if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And even one Trump hat would freaking trigger his ass off.
Oh, I heard that. 1 minute. 1 minute. Hold on. You want me to give more content? You want me to give content? Real quick, Chronic, you want me to freak out Felino for a minute?
What is it you have to say?
Yeah.
Uh oh. Uh oh.
It's for
Yo,
fun.
look at him. Look at him. You gotta be kidding me. Trump 2024.
I got this from my cousin. I had to take this from him for a bit. I'll give it back to him later, but nah. I had to do this for the joke. I had to do it for the joke. I had to do it. I had to do it for the joke. I had to do it for the joke. I had to do it for the joke because you said Felino freaks out over people wearing Trump hats, so I did it for the joke. I did it for the joke. I did it for the joke. Oh, that's why I left. I had to go get the hat for a minute. I had to do it for the joke. I had to do it. I had to do it for the joke. All right, let me read to where I left off. Let me see where I left off. Um, Nino says basically a narcissist plus opinionated. Nokia says yes, was I agreeing. Neo Red Calvo says Decken is of the devil. I kind of agree on that. Nino says, I know of numbers jack because of Amont. I think you're talking about Amontillado, which I don't speak on anymore. I won't go in too deep though. Rena Bar says hi to Kelvo. Clifford says, well, back on his Discord, we saw Felino. Yeah, we saw that deviant art. We all saw the leak. We all saw the leak. We all saw the leak. I don't need to be reminded of the leak. We all saw the leak. I don't need to be reminded. And yeah, I left because I had to get the hat. I had to get the hat for the joke. It was for the joke. I had to get the hat. It was for the joke. It was for the joke. It was for the joke because apparently he fears people in Trump hats. So I did it for the joke. I did it for the joke. Let me read the rest. Uh, from Neon says, to be honest, Banjo, there's so many MLP fanboys. Yeah, they're bronies. They're pretty much bronies, and I think a brony literally committed suicide over My Little Pony once. There was like I think it was a story that spread on 4chan, pretty much talking about how a brony killed himself over My
I
Little
think
Pony.
I heard. I think I remember that. And when I heard about that story, it got me shaking my head. And
Yeah,
plus,
I think the guy killed.
there's another story that an actual 14-year-old killed himself over an AI character. And
Yes,
it
that
also
too.
got me shaking my head. I
Yes,
was like,
that too.
man, like this is what happens to people mixing fiction to reality. It will fuck you up to a
Literally.
point that you will
It's,
definitely die over bullshit.
that is sad, though. That's the thing. That is very sad to hear that
Even
information.
though
That is
it's
sad.
sad, it's also insane.
True. Like, I mean, suicide over AI is definitely what some people feel is unheard of. But yeah, that's the dangers of it. Keep reading more questions. Those disgusting types of bronies. Yes, they are bronies from Banjo. Messages about the deviant art from Nokia. Yeah, it's disgusting. I literally threw up seeing it. Clifford says, yeah. Nino says, I want my hat back. I'll give it to you later. Song saying that Austin's Numberjack song. Don't know it that much, so I can't give that much comment. Carlos Anime Rock Metal Fan 18 says for the next podcast should be about AGK 34 rules. Oh, that was the post that I saw on the AIE's podcast community tab. I saw that as well. We got Raider Bar saying aren't most of those users already obsolete by now? And then Clifford say, yeah, that's what I was referring to. I thought the guy killed himself, but apparently he did mass murder over My Little Pony. That's something I was confused about. Thank you for correcting me on that. I appreciate it. From Nokia saying, I don't know for Loopy. In my opinion, Loopy kind of deserves what he's facing, honestly. He can be against Felino all he wants, but we don't
I don't
claim him.
really care about Loopy.
Yeah,
I
we
really
don't
don't.
claim him. We don't claim him at all. We don't claim him. We don't claim him. He's an idiot. We don't claim him at all. We don't. Don't claim. Okay. I think that'll be enough questions for me. Getting a little daisy. Chronic, I wanted to mention thank you so much for having me on. But one thing I want to show real quick before we go. I want to show you guys something real quick before we go. Chronic, I'm gonna send you this artwork that Kelly made for me. You wanna see it?
Already saw it.
Share it on screen real quick. Share it on screen. Just show Kelly's amazing artwork on screen. I want the people to see this amazing
All
artwork.
right, just for
Yes, sir.
once.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We sharing Kelly's artwork before I go. We're gonna do that. Yes. That is the artwork Kelly made for me after I defeated Felino. I crushed him. And before I leave, I wanted to say this last message to Felino. I wanted to say this message to him real quick. Yes, that is me right there. That is a great artwork. I love it from Kelly. Kelly and Maher, they're both great artists. You should follow their Instagrams. You should do that. You should definitely follow their Instagrams. You should do that. You should definitely do that because they're both great artists. But I wanted to give one final message though to Felino. I wanted to give one final message for him. Just wanted to give one final message for him. Decken, you embarrassed yourself a lot more by making those two posts about me earlier. You really embarrassed yourself because I contradicted you quick. So listen here, Chud. You're sitting in your chair watching this stream, pretty much with a very smug face, with your pink hair, looking absolutely angry at the world right now. Because what you're seeing is your demise. You can have anything in this world, but it slipped right away from you because it's your fault that you're in this position. You shouldn't have groomed minors, and there's a reason why there's 100 people that claim that they were victimized by you. 100 people. And you can make that document or video about me, you can do whatever. But I'll tell you this straight up, that's not gonna work. Because I can easily crack it down. And Red Ball said he's gonna reply to everything if you dare drop it. So it's either you add more to your humiliation kink, or you pull back and listen to me for 5 fucking minutes. As I say, I already won. I tried to move on. But when you threatened me with the law over something that I actually can't get in trouble for over here. I actually can't get in trouble for it over here. And besides, I had a justified reason to get your house. I had a justified reason. And that's because you groom little kids. And you think I'm not gonna slide easy for a pedophile. No siree. I'm not gonna slide easy for a pedophile. Everyone knows that I'm not gonna slide easy for a pedophile. And you, my friend, with over 100 people claiming they're victim that you are victimizing them, and you're about to turn 20 this August, not a good sign. It's not a good sign at all. So I'll tell you this. I'll give you two routes. You either stop what you're doing, retract all the posts, and surrender, or two, upload your Docker video and increase your humiliation kink and get absolutely dunked on by Red Ball. Which path do you want to take, Western man? It's either you humiliate yourself and have Red Ball dunk on you, or you quit everything, retract all of your statements against me, and do not threaten the law after me. You decide. To that, it's enough all I have to say. Thank you, Chronic, for having me on. It was a wonderful time having all of you with me, and I'm very grateful that I had the opportunity today. Always remember that God blesses you, and I'm very glad that we defeated Felino. Thank you, everybody, for having me.
All right, guys, that is it. That is it for the interview. Thank you all for coming by. By the way, if you want to know more about Austin, if you guys don't know, this Saturday is gonna be the day that I'm gonna spill more beans with more evidence people sent to me. And yes, definitely, I am going to recover Austin's Supreme Beyonder 2021, which I've been requested for so many times about the guy. Not only I'm going to go after Austin, I'm gonna give you guys more I'm gonna give you guys more info on Roblox and NASCAR Gamer 2002 regarding his hypocrisy. And we're going after a guy named Che Kaiser, who's like 30 years old and who's a complete man child. Oh, and 02999, this guy here who literally just stole my 999 number. We're also good to recap on him. And finally, we're going to recap on Yeah Boy the Slacker fan. And that's going to be it. That's definitely going to be it for this Saturday, April 26th. Now, guys, that's it. That is all it for the AIS stream. I'd like to give a shout out to Winter, Red Ball, Jaleo, Xenox, Babo, oh man, Fuzzy, Stylus, Annie, Matthew, everyone who was involved in the K drama and defeated him. So, yep, like to give a shout out to all these guys. And I also like to give a shout out to those who portrayed Felino too. Yeah, shout out to them. I'll see you guys Saturday, April 26th. Okay? Okay. That's all, everyone. See y'all Saturday.